7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the sequel to Afterlife, which I adore. It's still one of my favourite films of 2021. But going to Frozen Empire, I was a bit sceptical since Jason Reitman wasn't returning to direct. Instead, we got Gil Kane, who was a co-writer of Afterlife. And he's done okay films, but he's nowhere near as great as Jason Reitman. Frozen Empire is okay at best, but nowhere as great as Afterlife. But what do you expect from a follow-up without Jason Reitman returning? The film starts off really fun with the family as the new Ghostbusters try to catch this like Chinese ghost in New York. And visually it's the best we've seen in a Ghostbusters movie. And I love the fact it adds new elements to the lore. I love this Ecto-C Psycho with the sidecar. I love the Ghost Trapper drone. That was really cool. And I love the fact that Winston has his own like Ghostbusters support team. Just like Afterlife, McKenna Grace does some interesting things in this movie, and I like Paul Rudd in this movie. Yes, he has the typical character trope of trying to be the father figure, but it all paid off in the end, and they brought back the old cast, and I will say they were handled fine. I didn't have any complaints. Dan Aykroyd had the most to do in this movie, but I liked how they used the old cast. They didn't need them, but I like the fact the film didn't really rely on them. But I will say the main problem with this movie is that it introduces too many new characters and half-baked characters, I call them. I mean, James Acaster and Patton Oswalt, Kumail Giannini, they were just there for exposition and moving the narrative forward. And I like Podcast and Lucky in Afterlife, but they really didn't need to be in this film. And in case you're wondering, is Sigourney Weaver in this movie? No, she's not, and she doesn't need to be in this movie. And the second main problem with this movie is the narrative. It's dry and clunky. Yes, there are fun moments scattered throughout this movie, but most of the film felt like exposition. And the villain in this movie, Garuka, had those Slender Man feels to him, but he didn't really feel like a threat till like the last 20 minutes into the movie, and the final battle felt short and anticlimactic. Frozen Empire may not have the heart and soul of Afterlife, but at least the family aspect was carried on into this movie, and I wish we got more of that. And one of my favourite moments, it's more of a nostalgia thing, is that you get to see the news report at the beginning, and they actually see a tie-in to Ghostbusters 2 that I felt like Afterlife was trying to avoid. And I like the fact that it incorporates a real 80s commercial, and it has like the Ghostbusters theme music video in as well. I thought that was kind of cheesy but cool. Overall, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire suffers from a clunky direction and too many characters, whilst it's the first Ghostbusters film to expand the lore. And there is plenty of nostalgia to play with in this movie, but it's nowhere on the same level as the original 1984 or Afterlife. So I gotta give it like a 6 out of 10. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, you're gonna have a good time with this movie, but don't expect to be blown away. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Go like, share and subscribe. Let me know, what did you think of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Go check out my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram page, my Letterboxd page, and my TikTok page. You guys are awesome. I got your back.